In a small African village, there was a beautiful woman named Zodwa. She was in her 30s and owned the most popular nail salon in the village, Zodwa's Divine Touch. Women came from all around to get their nails done because Zodwa's polish was special, it never faded, never chipped, and made them feel more attractive. But what the customers didn't know was that Zodwa had a dark secret. The secret behind her perfect nail polish was not ordinary ingredients. At night, she became someone else, something evil. Every night, when the village was fast asleep, Zodwa would silently visit the homes of the women who had come to her salon that day. She carried a small, sharp knife and a tiny bottle. She would stand by their beds, hum softly to keep them in deep sleep, and gently cut their fingers. A few drops of their blood would fall into her bottle. She whispered a strange spell. "From your veins, I take my gift. To make my polish strong and bright." By morning, the women would wake up feeling tired, but they would not remember anything from the night before. They only knew that their nails looked beautiful. For a long time, Zodwa's business was successful. More and more women wanted her polish. But soon, strange things started happening. Some women fell sick, growing weaker each day. Others began to have nightmares, waking up screaming, holding their hands in pain. Some even disappeared without a trace. The village became worried, but no one knew what was causing this. An old village healer, Gogo Tandika, started to suspect something. She noticed that every sick or missing woman had one thing in common: they all had Zodwa's red nail polish. One night, Gogo Tandika and a group of warriors followed Zodwa after she closed her salon. Instead of going home, Zodwa walked into the deep forest. They hid behind the trees and watched her. In a small clearing, Zodwa stood in front of a large black pot, stirring a thick red liquid. Around her were many tiny bottles filled with blood, each labeled with a customer's name. She whispered spells as she walked. Suddenly, ghostly figures appeared around her, the spirits of the missing women. Their faces were pale, their eyes empty, and they could not speak. They reached out for Zodwa, their arms shaking with anger. One of the warriors gasped. "She is a witch," he shouted. Zodwa turned, her face changing from beauty to horror. Her nails grew long and sharp, her eyes burned red, and her voice became deep and terrifying. "You should not have come here," she screamed. The warriors rushed forward, their spears aimed at her, but Zodwa moved quickly, dodging their attacks. She waved her hand, and a powerful wind knocked them down. But Gogo Tandika was ready. She threw a special herb into the fire beneath the pot. As the smoke rose, the spirits of the dead women cried out and surrounded Zodwa. "No! Let me go," she screamed, trying to escape. But the spirits grabbed her and pulled her into the bubbling red liquid of her own pot. With one final, ear-piercing scream, Zodwa disappeared. The pot exploded, and red polish splattered everywhere. By morning, the sick women in the village started to feel better. Those who had nightmares no longer woke up screaming. When the villagers went to Zodwa's salon, they found nothing but ashes. It was as if the salon had never existed. But some say that on dark, quiet nights, when the wind is still, you can smell nail polish in the air. And if you listen closely, you might hear a whisper. "Come, my dear. Let me paint your nails." Would you dare let Zodwa do your nails? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more captivating tales from Esther's Folktale.